freaking well. She has literally, what the hell are you doing, bro? Crossing that line like that. She had literally pledged her life to freedom in any form, in any sense of the word. So what's up, River Nation? It's Halo River coming at you this Freedom Friday morning. Woo-hoo. Are you excited? 'Cause I'm excited. Are you excited? Because I'm excited. Alright guys, I'm going to jump into this one. I want to give you the absolute best example that I could come up with for Freedom Fighter Friday. I'm thinking of becoming that become a new segment. How do you guys like that one? Freedom Fighter Friday. Alright, this woman is an absolute powerhouse when it came to freedom. She not only fought tooth and nail to free herself, but she fought tooth and nail to have freedom for her friends, her family, and her people. Of course, I'm talking about Harriet Tubman. And before you're like, okay, Halo River, I've heard the whole story, Underground River, blah, 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 blah. No. You haven't heard the Halo River version. I want to show you guys and shed some light on some stuff that, I tell you time and time again. I think the school system has failed me. Either that or I have failed myself. Because it is absolutely ridiculous how much I didn't actually know about Harriet Tubman. So that could have been on me. But, I'll blame myself for now. But eventually I'm going to start blaming the school system again. So basically, I want to just preface this and say she fought what I would say 3 ultimate battles for freedom. Many more, of course, but I want to categorize this into 3 separate battles that she fought. So first, she fought for freedom for herself, and she obtained it. Secondly, she fought for freedom in the American Civil War. And thirdly, she was on the front lines and a supporter of women's suffrage. It's ridiculous. 3 major issues that this woman not only fought for but excelled in. And it's just so amazing to be able to say, man, this was a black woman. It's not even like nowadays you had to say this is a black woman who did this. This was an American woman who was not afforded any kind of rights, and she made it in her head be like, no, I'm either going to live free or I'm going to die. That's my 2 options, and I'm not going to settle. That's literally my 2 options. And that is just a testament to her will and her determination and everything else that you can possibly have. I am utterly excited to bring you the story of Harriet Tubman. So basically, Harriet Tubman, like I said, she was born into slavery. What it was her father had, there was a certain agreement back then, and if, that slaves had sometimes with their owners or their masters, that if they came to a certain age, then that owner or master would let them go ahead and become a free person, and they can live and work for wages. And so they were not slaves, they were workers, they were free. And so Harriet Tubman's father was one of those men, but Harriet Tubman's mother was not. Now, Harriet Tubman was not born Harriet Tubman. Her name was Amarita Ross. Her mother was actually named Harriet Ritt, and then her first husband, his last name was Tubman. So basically her husband, and I'm jumping way ahead of myself, her husband was a free man. And so that, we got a whole story I got to tell you guys today. I'm so freaking pumped. So anyways, she was born into slavery. Slavery was not a good picture back then. People basically ruled over others, and they beat them, they whipped them, they did whatever they could, and they made them work without any kind of wages at all. Of course, they possibly fed them and kept them alive, because you know what, a dead person doesn't do anything for you. A dead horse doesn't do anything for you. You have to feed it. And that's what they saw. They saw black or African Americans as property. And first of all, is very wrong. Of course, I condemn slavery, and it was not a good picture. They could do whatever, whenever, however, to whoever that they owned, and it was a very, very sad picture. So imagine being born into this. I'm trying not to get political or annoyed here, but These people were literally born into slavery, no rights whatsoever. And that is what is so freaking amazing about Harriet Tubman, is she said in her mind, I am going to be free or I am going to die. I'm not going to be both. I'm not going to live as a slave anymore. I'm going to be free or I'm going to die. She was willing to put her own life to accomplish freedom. That is how valuable freedom is. It's freaking valuable. Like, I don't get how people are so willing to just give up their freedoms willy-nilly. Things that people fought their life tooth and nail to obtain. And nowadays Americans are like, oh sure, go ahead. Oh, you want to do? Oh, that's fine. No, bruh, pay attention to what's happening. But anyways, she was born into true slavery. And she so when she was younger, she sorry, I know I'm gonna rant in this video too. I'm just so like amazed by this story, man. So she was born into slavery. When she was younger, her master threw a blunt or heavy metal object about 2 pounds at another slave, but it hit her in the head. And so ever since then, she would have like hallucinations, hypersomnia, and she attributed. So after that happened, that accident happened, she had a lot of like visions and just, I mean, it was head trauma. It was trauma to the head. So good things don't happen when you have head trauma. And so she coupled this, I love how people put this as religious experiences. She coupled her religious experiences with her head trauma and the visions and the sleep that she would go into with visions from God, And after that, everyone said that she was never really the same. So like I said, her father was a free man. She ended up marrying a free man, which is very hard because, he's free and she's a slave. That owner, that white man who owned her, could literally tell her husband, no, you can't see her, just because white men had more rights than black men did at this time. This is, it's a long time ago, the very beginning of our country. And so, basically, that's what was going on. I don't know which way to go. Let's go to the battleship today. Or actually, let's go to the Sanchez Center Monument. Okay, so anyways, what am I saying? So she married a free man, and she told herself, I'm going to be free. Turns out her mother was supposed to have worked and earned her freedom as well when she turned 45. When she turned 45, her mother and her kids, oh my gosh, I have an itch. Her mother and her kids were supposed to be free at the age of 45 per her previous owner, but that deal got knocked out the window when she got, transferred over ownership. So Harry was like, no, like, this is not gonna happen. I am gonna be free, and this is how I'm gonna do it. So she ended up escaping, and she went up north. Everybody knows the name Harriet Tubman because, yes, everyone should know her name. She was a huge freedom fighter, is what I want to call her, man. She was, but you have to look at these other people who put their life and their namesake and their reputation on the line. These other white people who knew that slavery was wrong. Slavery is wrong, whether it's against black people, Asian people, Jews, any kind of people, whether it's your race, your belief system, whatever. Slavery is wrong. So basically, these people knew that slavery was wrong, and they created this, unofficial Underground Railroad that we can now call it. And you have to commend them for the bravery that they show, because these are people who, like I said, their reputation, their family name was on the line, and they didn't care because they knew that what was transpiring was wrong, and they were going to fight against it. So she made it up north. She made it up north. She obtained her freedom, and she was like, you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to get my family. So this woman didn't have to do that. She could have just lived in free bliss for the rest of her life. She didn't have to go back. But she said, no, I love my family. I love freedom, and I want others to experience that. So she made 13, what the hell? Dead squirrel. She made 13 trips back and forth and ended up saving 70 people through the Underground Railroad. 70 people. Dude, is that why you're going slow, man? Maybe I should turn over there too. Wait, I'll go to the other street. So 70 people over 13 trips. If she would have stopped there, oh my gosh, she would have still been a Freedom Friday. If she would have fighter, if she would have stopped there, that's amazing feat in and of itself. She didn't stop there, guys. She did not stop there. So at that time, after she had, gotten people and they were free, there was a law that was passed, and it was basically going to give the right for anyone who helped people escape to freedom, or previous slaves escape, that they could be prosecuted even if they were white. So they had to go further up north, and she still was able to do that and get other people further up north. Of course, there's many people who were into this, who helped her along the way, but the fact that she was a woman, she was able to do this. Nobody could tell her you cannot do this. I'm sure there was naysayers. You have to look at it. She is a black or former black slave with head trauma, a head injury. She could have just gotten her freedom and that been done. No, she refused to let that happen. And she said, no, I'm going to continue on. She's a true freedom fighter. So anyways, now comes this American Civil War. So of course the North and the South are fighting because we know the story. There's a lot to disagree upon, and slavery was a big issue. So she was the first woman to lead an armed assault. During the American Civil War, what she was an armed scout and spy. Like, imagine this, man. This woman is phenomenal. She doesn't stop. If people could tell her, no, you mean she's in a male-dominated area as far as, freeing herself and others, as far as being in the army, male-dominated, and she doesn't have boundaries. If she can do it, she's gonna do it. And if she can't, she's still gonna do it. So she ended up going and being the first woman to lead an armed assault in the American Civil War. So if that was done and enough, her slavery, oh my gosh, this itch, and her armed assault, oh my gosh, Harriet Tubman, you are the bomb. She doesn't stop there. She does not stop there. She aids in women's suffrage. Like, and not only did she serve in the Civil War, at any multifaceted capacity that she could, she was also an aide, and she rendered aid as a nurse. And she would, and so what was happening was black people were getting mad and saying, oh, she's getting government rations for her work. I'm like, hold on. She's done enough. If the government wants to give her rations, oh freaking well. She has literally, what the hell are you doing, bro? Crossing that line like that. She had literally pledged her life to freedom in any form, in any sense of the word. So black people were saying, and our African Americans were saying, well, she's getting government rations, that's not fair. Oh my god, this freaking itch. Okay. And so it's not fair. So what she did was she was like, okay, I'm not going to receive government rations then. And she ended up, so she was rendering aid in the American Civil War, working as a nurse, and she started making root beer and pies to have money for herself, to have her own money. Where does this woman stop? She's incredible and freaking incredible. If only I had a small potential of what she had. A small potential, man. And I attribute it to mindset. She had a free mindset. She had a freedom fighter mindset. She didn't care what the circumstances of life were. She didn't care what was dictated to her by her skin color, by her gender, by anything. She said, no, I'm not going to accept it. I am not going to accept it. That is not good enough for me. And I'm going to do what I need to do to get and obtain what I want to ultimately obtain. Like, what a legacy, man. And I'm just like, I'm just blown away by this woman. And the more research that I've done on her, the more I'm like, what the heck? Oh, get out of your way, bro. What can she not do? She was not limited by her race, by her gender. Nothing limited her. And that is why why she is the perfect example for Freedom Friday. Now this woman, she married her free husband, of course. When she left, she kind of left him, you know, to obtain her freedom, and he ended up getting married to another woman, you know, and you know that sucks. But so he got married to another woman, and she was just like, so legend or stories have it that she was going to go to their house and like cause a commotion, because not only did he marry this woman, but he got her pregnant. But you have to think about all the timing that this happened when, you know, like this man wasn't going to wait for her. He didn't know what happened to her, if she had died on the way. We don't have social media, we don't have texting, we don't have anything. There's no way she could have updated her status on anything. So he didn't know what happened to her. He could have thought she was dead, and you know, got married and started a family with somebody else, a free woman, and or another working woman, you know, slave. So she didn't actually go make a scene. So we all have our human error, but like I said, that was a story. I cannot verify if it's true. I don't want to be giving you fake news. But yeah, man, like I am just completely excited and peppy to bring you Harriet Tubman, you know, Amoretha Ross. She took her mother's first name and her first husband's last name, and and the story she wrote, man, the story she wrote, she is just absolutely amazing. And I think if we had the mindset, you know, people nowadays are so lazy, they're so lazy and they're so self-absorbed and they're not committed. You know, if, oh my gosh, I got a splinter, I'm not gonna and man, like they don't make them like Harriet Tubman anymore. And I ultimately attribute it to her mindset. It's in her mindset. She had a freedom mentality, and she went and she was victorious. She obtained everything she wanted to obtain. I'm sure she wanted to obtain more, but man, what she did obtain and win for not only herself, but for those around her, we know her name. We know her name. And we not only know her name, we celebrate her name. And she's a former slave, a woman slave. It's just amazing to me. It's just amazing. I love the spirit of freedom, man. It never ceases to amaze me, the spirit of freedom, whenever I start thinking, okay, what am I going to do for next Friday? What am I going to talk about? And something just falls right into my lap, and I'm like, oh, really? Oh my gosh, okay, this is bad. This is pretty cool. I love it. I love it. I'm so stoked to bring you guys Freedom Friday all the time. So that is my Freedom Friday. Harriet Tubman, Amoretha Ross. She was truly an American asset, man. I would love to hear her stories. I bet she has stories. She had to muck around in filth, all kinds of crap to obtain her freedom, and it didn't bother her. Nothing stopped her. Nothing. What is her secret? Her mindset. Her mindset. That's what I truly believe. And I'm just like blown away by her story. I believe it's Hulu. So what spurred this on, actually, you know, I was thinking about what I need to do for Freedom Friday. I'm going on vacation for a few weeks at the end of the month, of the end of November. So I'm trying to, you know, stack my videos, and so you guys, you know, I don't lapse on videos and I don't miss an episode or whatever. But so I'm trying to do that, and I was thinking, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? So I needed a time slot, and you know, one night it had been a rough week at work, and you know, I sat down with my significant other. We just wanted to watch a movie. That's all I wanted to do. So went on Hulu, and there's a great documentary. Not documentary. It's a good movie. You know, and you have to, because I didn't just tell you information off the movie. Like, I did my research, guys. I'm not like that. So the movie is very eye-opening. So I was like, man, like that would be a really great thing. Now the movie didn't even finish telling you everything. When I went and I did my research, I was like, oh my gosh, like there is so much more to this story. All I knew in school was Harriet Tubman, Underground Railroad, whoop-de-damn-do, she freed slaves. Okay, no, they didn't even begin to scratch the surface of what this woman was capable of and what she accomplished. So I want to bring that to light. And mindset, man, mindset. It doesn't matter what position you are in life. She started out as a slave with a head trauma, and nothing deterred her, nothing stopped her. Of course, I got to bring you a sight of freedom on Freedom Friday. I know you guys are probably sick of the battleship and the monument, but it's freedom, man. I can't get enough of it. Freedom. It is what makes America, the people, the journeys, the stories that they have that make this country great. And no, We are not gonna let people take our freedom away. I'm gonna fight you for it, man. I may not have to muck around and free slaves like Harriet Tubman did, but I'm gonna do my damnedest to do whatever I need to do to make sure that me and those that come after me can enjoy the freedoms that our soldiers, that Sybil Ludington, that Harriet Tubman, Amartha Ross, that all these people fought for to obtain and appreciate, man. Appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this Freedom Friday. It was a great topic, man. If you want more information, just look it up for yourself. She was true hero and patriot, and I commend her, man. And I could only hope to be a 12th of the woman that she is. Thank you guys so much. It's Halo Riveter. Normally I'm doing new writer content from a new writer perspective. You have clicked on my patriotic segment, Freedom Friday. Join us, man. Next one's gonna be a doozy, because the next one is gonna be the day after. Our bellies are full of turkey, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, stuffing, gravy, greens, beans, tomatoes, lamb. No, I'm just kidding. So it's gonna be a good Freedom Friday. You know, you wanna kind of sit on the couch and lounge around, watch next week's Freedom Friday. All right, guys. Halo the Riveter. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. It really helps the channel. If you want to say something, go ahead and comment, man. I want to know what your thoughts are. I want to know if I missed anything. Let me know. Let me do her justice. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day, night, week, wherever this video finds you. And hopefully, I'll see you guys on the next one.